Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great holiday weekend. I'm Jamie Rose, and this is the return of Paying Dues. I'm here always on Monday evenings with you guys on Off the Top Media, powered by Rivet City Radio, presented by you, the people. Anyways, I'm here with my boy Will Gray. He is the founder of Botch Bots and Chair Shots, the man who makes the Rivet City Radio go around. I'm here with also the bearded bastard Shadow. He is the co-founder and poster child of Off the Top Media, and I am here with Cam G, the Zodiac Man, the podcast marathon man. He is exhausted. Mr. Cam G, what's up? He is the ringleader of the boom. And yeah, we also got Scouse producing back there, weaseling, slithering around somewhere. Anyways, what's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, Jamie?
Not much. Chilling.
I'm really excited about this conversation.
Oh, it's gonna get good. But first, we gotta do a little bit of Raw review. First, before we get to that, I just want to say, if you haven't already, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Rivet City Radio, and also check out the merch store that is Off the Top Media, MySpace, Spread Shop, whatever. And then
you can check out our MySpace too. I don't know.
Check out my MySpace. Figure out who my top 8 are and isn't, and see if Shadow's there.
Still better be your number 1 on MySpace, or we're not.
Better be, my friend. Anyways, you can always check out the other shows that we do on the program. We got Tuesday Nerdy News at 4:20 on Rivet City Radio. We have NXT on tap at 8 o'clock, which is on Off the Top Media. Wednesdays, sometimes on Wednesdays, we have Sorry for the Interruption with Shadow on the Off the Top Media, and then also every Wednesday except for this next Wednesday coming up, we have The Boom with Mr. Cam G. And then on Thursday, we have Boss Bitch Trivia at 8 p.m. on Rivet City Radio. And then we have on Friday night, Friday Night Review with Cam G, Scows, and sometimes myself. And then also you have Botch and Chair Shots on Sundays, along with the Table Spot with your boy Mike and that Alpha Wolf, Simp, Sean. All righty.
I kind of have an announcement.
Ooh, yeah, let's.
Off the Top got its biggest block of the decade so far right now. Don't make me big screen for this. I just want to tell y'all that we've officially made it where JD from NY has blocked Off the Top Media on Twitter.
Woo!
Are we famous now?
I guess
we
so.
Famous now?
We did it, boys.
We did it, boys.
Wait,
why? Fucking made it.
Get that garbage out of here.
Yeah. Anyways,
let's jump something on Raw, and we decided to say he prefers watching blow-up dolls and men wrestle, so he decided to block us.
I mean, where's the lie?
I tell no lies, sir.
Tell no lies. Anyways, how did everybody feel about Raw? It was a great Fallout episode. How's everyone feeling before we jump into the review real quick?
I watched about... It's not like I purposely did this. It just kind of happened. Right. I watched about 45, maybe an hour of it. Mm-hmm. And then I was busy. So.
Yeah, same.
Right on. Will?
I watched Raw. I watched all 3 hours of that fucking wrestling show for you, Jamie. And you know what? Raw got a 3.5 for me. But you know what's ironic about that number? If you average both AEW pay-per-views over the last weekend, I gave them a 3.5 average. So we're right on par, baby. We're right on fucking par with pro wrestling for the last few weeks. Just mediocre as fuck.
Right on. This was a good Raw, on Raw terms, I guess. So for me, I give it about a 6.5. But let's get into it real quick. We have the Jey Uso promo at the start of the show. Sami Zayn, they make up, hug, maybe kiss, I don't know. And then we have Viking Raiders and Drew McIntyre versus Matt Riddle. My takeaway from it is they're making Drew and Matt kind of look like dunces, but they're making the Viking Raiders look pretty strong, which is something they haven't done in a while. So
I still think
kudos
they should
on
go back
that.
to being War Machine.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I totally miss War Machine.
But I don't mean to cut anybody off. Sorry. I do like the whole Viking Raider thing now that Sarah Logan is Valhalla because it makes it work so much better.
It ties it together.
And they've been prominently featured on Raw for like the last 6 months. So good on them.
Yeah, I mean, all the power to them. Triple H is doing a good thing there, Sami Zayn was all over this show. That's all I'm going to say. For better or for worse, Sami Zayn was all over the show.
Got to do something.
I love the honoraries. I'm a Sami Zayn guy.
I love Sami Zayn. Don't get me wrong.
What's his next move, though, really?
Him and Jake
now
want a
they've
tag
also
team run
taken
now.
titles.
Yeah, probably. Him and Jey Uso going after the Finn and Damian.
I think that's what happens, and it helps Kevin Owens go back into the title picture because, let's be real, Sammy is not that guy, but KO is. So,
Facts.
Big time facts.
And that takes away nothing from Sami Zayn. Like, he is a world-renowned athlete at this point. So, it's just he's not that guy. One thing, though, I don't know if any of you three noticed, there's one sign in the crowd that I was really curious. The guy was just dumb or stupid or just being a smartass. But the higher El Generico sign.
Oh, yeah.
My wife was like, what does that mean? I'm like, well, see, Sami Zayn is El Generico when he was on the Indies. And she's like, so that sign doesn't make sense. I was like, it does, but it doesn't.
That's like the same petty IWC drama queens. Like when I say I prefer Eli Drake over LA Knight, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like fire Sami Zayn and hire El Generico. You know what I mean? It's the same smart ass, like bring back the dudes they were on the Indies. Let's get over the WWE identity crisis.
Right. But I mean,
I think you're just being dumb, just for the sake of being dumb.
One more time, say that for me. No. Let's go back to Cam. What about it?
I think he's just being dumb for the sake of being dumb.
Yeah. He's just trying to pop his buddies on watch on the television is all,
I mean, we'll get to that. Continue.
Anyways, before the whole Ricochet versus Nakamura thing, they're really playing on the Seth Rollins has a bad back, and I love what they're doing with Shinsuke Nakamura. I love that he's actually getting to deliver these promos in Japanese, and you kind of get this, twisted kind of, unhinged Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm really enjoying that.
It's like an anime
purpose. Okay.
Shadow?
I said, God damn it. Can you say Shinsuke's last name again for me?
Nakamura.
Okay. I love the fact that we're getting New Japan style fucking promos right now from him.
Yes.
Like, it is fire. Like, don't get me wrong. I think his English is pretty good now because he's been in North America for, 7 years now, give or take. But, like, the fact that he can cut Japanese promos, I fucking love it.
Me too. And before the match at Payback, like, I loved the little package they did. Sorry, Cam, you're gonna hate me. I haven't said the word in forever since like middle school. Manga, right? Manga. I had it right the first time. Anyways, manga style, like anime.
Yeah, it's like he's like an anime villain, which I love. So.
Yeah, it was pretty dope, and that match was an absolute banger. Like, I enjoyed every bit of it, and I love how they're showing Seth has a weakness. and eventually that weakness will catch up with Seth. I really enjoy what they're doing there. And now that Seth is exposed, he's just all over the place and kind of turning sadistic himself.
Yeah.
Anyways, the match with him and Nakamura and Ricochet, it was a good TV match, hard hitting. Seth interrupts it and again goes crazy. So, and then we see Mr. Money in the Bank and Mommy out there, and it's not the time to cash in.
Can we just talk about that new briefcase? Because I think the last time we seen a customized briefcase was like 2013.
It was
Damien Sandow.
Was it? I thought
the
it was
one
RVD.
that looked like a Crunch Bar? Yeah.
I thought it was RVD. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's the one I remember last too, is RVD.
But,
Either way, it doesn't matter, but it's been a long time since we've seen a custom. And I'm not counting the Brock Party one, so don't even bring that shit up.
No.
The Boombox Brock.
that was hilarious. I'm sorry. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen from Brock.
Brock does what
Not
Brock
counting that one.
wants. The biggest example. Cheers, Will.
DP Bros. That's mine and Ritter's new tag team.
Yeah? Well, it's
Yeah.
going to be the DP Bros versus the Bearded Bastards then.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yo.
Made me pop, so good job.
So, Judgment Day, this whole big thing is like, are we including JD as a member? We see tonight that they're kind of holding off on that. How's everyone feeling about what they're doing with JD?
It seems really familiar. I think if I want to go really back into this Rolodex of history.
Go ahead.
If you guys don't remember, there was a kid who won a title. His name was Roman Reigns, and he had this group called the Bloodline. And in the Bloodline, there was this annoying outcast who really wanted to be a part of it called Sami Zayn, and it took him weeks and months to become a member. Oh, wait, that's right. We just fucking did this.
Yeah.
Since you brought that up, though, we'll fast forward just a second here with this. Because you have Dominic going to Jay to potentially recruit him.
Mm-hmm. Because they both have family issues.
I don't know.
I like Dominic playing the recruiter, though. That was kind of silly.
Yeah. The reasoning was hilarious.
I like how that he's still trashing Ray.
Yes.
I love that he's keeping that kayfabe alive, and Ray hasn't crossed paths with him in months. Period. It's not
literal months at this point.
Yeah, no. But it's still he still takes a point to rag his dad for being a shit father. I love that he's keeping kayfabe alive.
Corey does it too. If you catch it every now and then, he does it on commentary.
That's because Corey's the best heel commentary out there right now.
Corey will be like, Rey Mysterio might not be in the Hall of Fame if he applied this much attention to his children.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they get another match. I don't know.
But I hopefully that's what they work towards, and then they retire Ray for good.
I think that's what they want to do in the long term, but they have to wait for Ray to say, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah. I think Ray was actually really wanting to hang it up, and then he got the itch, and he's like, "No, I didn't want to do it." I think that was the original plan, was for Ray to hang it up.
As long as he doesn't pull Sting, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Be
like Terry Funk, R.I.P., but retire 6 times.
What about Michael Jordan?
No, not 6 championships.
Will got it.
Well, he did retire twice?
I think didn't he retire 3 or 4 times because he went to do baseball, then came back, then he left
3
again.
times.
Yeah, he retired 3 times. The first time when
Daddy
he played
died,
baseball,
went and played baseball, and then retired again, and then took over the Wizards.
And then he came back and played for the Wizards and retired that third time. Yes.
Yeah.
So 3 separate retirements for the GOAT of basketball.
The GOAT.
Wilt Chamberlain?
No.
The first one was forced.
Well,
Facts.
Wilt
If he hadn't
Chamberlain's
retired, they would have won 8 or 9 in a row. I stand by that.
Yes. Wilt Chamberlain's like the Ric Flair of the old school NBA. It's like he slept with like 2,000 women. Was the number being thrown
Anyways, we're
around?
talking Raw, not championships.
So would that make Karl Malone the Grizzly Smith? Oh,
Yes.
sorry. I'll let myself out.
I got that. Hey, bud, what about that Shayna Baszler versus Zoe Stark match?
Pointless.
I enjoyed it. Like, I think that was the match that Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler should have been. That was a good match.
Why are they trying to book Stark as a babyface? That's kind of weird.
I said the same thing, Cam. I said I don't think she's convincing as a babyface.
Because of what she just did on Saturday. That's
Yeah.
why. That's the only reason. They're trying to test the water with it. That's all.
I think them as a heel team would work out a lot better.
I don't want to see Shayna in a team for at least 2 more years. I want her to go on a singles run that's fucking epic like we've seen in NXT.
Shayna and Rhea build from here in Survivor Series to WrestleMania.
I can get behind that.
Let Shayna win the Royal Rumble and let her lose at Survivor Series. Let her win the Rumble. Let her build to WrestleMania. Let her dethrone Rhea there.
Yeah, and then
Like I
Stark would be the
needs
first.
to beat Rhea for the title.
Yeah, and Stark
I
would be
agree
the
with
first
that.
challenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody cares about fucking Stark anyways.
She's good.
I like
mean, I
that
like
they're
her
trying to
That's
pad the
the
women's division.
problem with them trying to push her as a babyface. It's kind of weird.
And then Raquel Rodriguez versus Chelsea Green. To be honest, I didn't watch this one.
Bro, no. Can we talk about another injury? Piper Nevin's injured too?
I don't know.
Bro.
I don't necessarily know if she's injured or she just couldn't make it to Raw this week.
That's what I'm thinking. I think this was trying to just get the IWC to chatter.
Bro, if she's hurt, throw them titles away. The titles are cursed, bro.
I'll agree with that statement if she's hurt.
Yeah.
Y'all got some bad juju on them titles or something. I don't know what it is.
Take one of the titles and come out with a brand new title and be like, since I'm the one sticking around, I'm champion. Kind of debut a.
It'd be a perfect segue into a women's mid-card belt.
She's got COVID.
She could. Don't fuck around with that shit right now, man.
No, never. It's coming back. Anyways, JD McDonough versus Sami Zayn. I wasn't a fan of this one.
Sammy should have won.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? I mean, he's red hot right now. JD can take a loss.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Jordan Devlin.
Devlin. I did. Yo. Okay. I'm gonna go way off topic here.
Go ahead, Cam.
You just took me back with that name, Jordan Devlin, bro. So when he was Jordan Devlin, I was a big fan because he was doing that whole like Irish Ace thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he had that match with I want to say Santos in NXT, and it was for the
unification match.
Yeah, it was for the cruiserweight title, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. I wanted him to win that so bad, bro. And when he didn't win, I was upset.
Back when NXT Black and Gold and NXT was banging red hot,
dude.
Yes,
I was so mad, bro. But now, like I said, and it took me a while to get on board with this whole like JD McDonough thing, but I think he's ran with it though, like because I think he's far beyond any name they can slap on him just because he's a great in-ring talent right now. I mean, obviously on the main roster, from his NXT days, they're obviously going to water him down because his in-ring style is just way too wild for a main roster. But
Mhm.
You know, depending on what he can do, I think he's a perfect fit for Judgment Day.
I do too.
I just hope they just, you know, not so much rush it, but just, you know, kind of pick it up a little bit and
Pull the
figure
trigger
out
on
where
it.
they're gonna go
Yeah.
with it. So
I will say the beneficial part of the name change, and it's been for a few of them. I think that they doing them while they were still in NXT kind of makes it more tolerable when they eventually make it to the main roster.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
fair.
the Miz playing on the "Can't See Me" meme, that promo I think was awesome. I loved the promo. I could see it as a waste of television time, but it's just one of those things because the wrestling fan of me, I'm like, okay, they always talk about the having the match and doing the promo on the broomstick, doing it to not even a broomstick, to nothing, to air. That shows how good the Miz really is.
That was what ticked JD off because he made a snide comment about it. And that was what led off the top getting the boot from JD, was because he made a snide comment about it, and that was where the comment about, but we know you like to watch the guys wrestle dolls or whatever.
Listen, JD from New York is softer than baby shit. I said what I said.
Ooh, the mushiness.
Fucking 10-ply, bud.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
I tried searching his account on Twitter just now. I think I got the ban. No, it's there.
Fuck you, Will Gray. Tell your mom to top up my KFC card.
This cat with Boston Market rabies.
We need to do some like Shorzy skits, Will. I think that'd be great.
And don't you notice on JD's jacket, like his ring jacket, it's like 3 sizes too big on him.
That's because he cosplays as a wrestler who stole his dad's gear. So he's like coming out in his dad's gear like he's going to a Halloween show, and he like holds his arms up like he's reaching to get the cereal off the top shelf. And he's like, I'm a wrestler, Dad, look. And he's got that big Funko Pop head of his.
That's it.
He's adorable. He'll get over.
He looks like a guppy.
And then how do we feel about the main event?
The main event? Match of the night, arguably match of it would be a solid candidate for match of the year for WWE, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't around for it.
Shadow. This match was awesome. I enjoyed every bit of it. Chad Gable is him. Gunther is him. I know some of you guys aren't really kind of the gimmick, but the ring ability's there. Chad Gable really has exceeded in this gimmick, and he's really shown that he's a upper mid card player within the company, and I think eventually they need to put the belt on him and then have Gunther go on to the world title picture. But this match was, I think, one of my favorite WWE matches in a while. So,
agreed. You're absolutely right.
Cam, any thoughts?
Did Gable? Did he win the title?
No.
Okay. I'm just waiting on for him to win the title. Honestly, I think that'd be an even bigger moment. To be completely honest with you, so I think he'll get there because, like I say, right now he's the only guy built up enough to, I think, to be the one to beat Gunther. So,
which matches are you talking about, Scals? Just out of curiosity, the 3 match of the year contenders from WWE.
I think he's talking Nakamura and Rollins.
The
Trish
KO
Becky.
match from the weekend.
Yeah.
I said the Trish Becky match, and I said Gable and Gunther. Those were the 2 from this weekend.
I would not put Trish and Becky up there. It was good, but it wasn't.
I mean, I think that's the best women's match of the year so far.
Not a chance, but it's close.
I mean, outside of second behind Flair and Ripley.
Okay, let's get real here. The best women's match this year was Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa on social media.
Facts, dude. Bullies versus
Wait for
the
it.
drama
Sean,
queen.
incoming Sean comment. Wait for it.
Let's see if Sean's here tonight.
He is. He's in the chat. I saw him. What's up, Sammy?
There's gonna be
Sammy,
a fuck Britt
that's
Baker. I'm waiting for it.
There it is.
Don't do my girl Mel like that.
Facts.
Don't do my girl Mel like that.
All right. Well, like I don't know. From everything I missed on Raw, plus what I watched and what you guys explained to me, I think I'm with Will on that 3.5.
All right.
Worse,
and
whatever.
after talking about it, give it about a 6. Mr. Freeze, what's up? And
Earth to Cam.
To the
What?
Anyways, and now to Cam's portion of the show. We're going to talk some All Elite Wrestling. It was a very eventful weekend in the All Elite side of wrestling. So to kick it off, CM Punk terminated from his contract with All Elite Wrestling. That was as of Saturday morning, late morning. After 2 years of being with the company. And then also they had 2 pay-per-views that ran that weekend. 2 pay-per-views within like an 8-day period. It all ran together in my book. But anyways, it was a decent little pay-per-view. Still about a 4 for me. Shane Taylor showed everybody that, he belongs. But that being said, AEW.
I get what Tony Khan was doing, money, whatever, but there's no reason to have 2 stacked cards because in realism, those are probably about as stacked as you're getting in AEW at this point. Mm-hmm. You can't have 2 stacked cards like that back to back, plus fill a 2-hour show on Dynamite, plus a 2-hour show on Rampage,
plus Collision.
It's plus Collision. You can't. That's way too much product in 1 week, man. Even I say this shit when WWE does it too. You can't do that.
You can't.
Tony Khan's just holding on to that Labor Day weekend bullshit. I'm just but I'll give the man credit where credit is due. He released the most toxic piece of shit in the world.
And this is from me coming as a CM Punk wrestling fan. I think Tony Khan made the right decision, at least in the mind of Tony Khan. If you're the boss and you had your greatest day ever ruined by something that happened, and it has been a, say, continual problem that's been going on, and to know that when it happens, multiple people within the company, respected people in the company of like guys like Mark Henry, Samoa Joe, I don't think those guys are going to BS anybody. Pretty much saying that there's a problem gone. That is pretty much saying that that's, the right decision. I mean, in money terms, it's probably going to be a mistake. In a fact that it's going to, detract viewers, it's going to be a mistake. And because CM Punk is a draw. But when it comes from a morale standpoint, I guess it's the right move.
CM Punk, draw, 100%.
Yeah.
Phil Brooks, biggest piece of shit in the world.
I mean,
I'm muted. I've been fucking muted this whole time.
Will,
I'm so sorry.
Now that you're not muted, what's your piece?
Cam, I want to offer Cam the floor because this is his thing. He's the AEW guy. I don't like. I want to cede to Cam if he wants to go next.
So I don't know why I keep getting dubbed the AEW guy. I don't understand that. But
You're literally
yeah, I
wearing
do
an
like
AEW
AEW.
sweater.
Obviously, I do like AEW. I am an AEW
Oh
fan.
shit!
But
Here we go again.
I don't know. But if it shoe fits, I'll wear it. Whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't have much to say on this situation other than, when I heard about CM Punk being released, so, Shadow actually had sent me the message. It was like, oh, yeah, your boy CM Punk has been fired by AEW. So that was the first message I seen pop up on my phone when I got out of work. So I saw that and I was just like, oh, wow. I was like, well, okay, I guess, I don't really know what to say on it. I literally texted him back, end of an era. That's because that's what it is. It's the end of an era, end of the CM Punk experience. So initially, I was bummed about it. But then, the more and more I think about it, I'm just like, well, hey, I can look at it this way. He at least came back after 7 long years of being gone. So at least I got to experience him coming back at all because I didn't think I'd ever see him back in a wrestling ring, period. But like I said again, I'm actually kind of proud of Tony Khan in a way because he put on his big boy pants. He made that executive decision to release CM Punk. So he stepped up to the plate. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. So initially, is it going to be a problem? It's going to be a problem because not so much now, based on what Allison was saying, it might be an issue because of, viewership and ticket sales and things like that. Sure, I could see that being a thing.
Shut up, Sean.
But I could definitely see it being an issue where it's just dividing people, like it's dividing their own fan base, where people are going to be like, "Oh yeah, Tony Khan's a mark, and he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he just released CM Punk," and then there's going to be the Punk fans, and they're going to be like, or the Punk haters, and be like, "Yeah, good, he released the cancer and all this," So it's gonna cause that unhealthy divide of their own fan base. But I mean, initially, in the long run, I mean, there's nothing I can say is going to change that. So I mean, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's over. It's said and done. I think AEW will be fine. They just got to refocus and put on banger shows and banger pay-per-views, and they'll be all right.
Well, anyways, before we go to the proprietor of the Botch camp and Shadow first, actually before Will, do we put the Real World's championship on
Stop.
Do we put that on Adam Cole?
Stop.
Here's what you do with that title, right? Here's what you do, right? Tony Khan takes that belt back to his office, right? Get some rubbing alcohol or some water or whatever. Gets the spray paint off of there. And you know what he does with the title? He puts it in storage. It's no longer a factor. CM Punk had that championship. He was the one that made it the Real World Championship.
Or you can piss on it.
CM Punk was no longer there, so the title is no longer a thing. That's what you do about.
My thing with what Cam just said there about AEW will be fine, etc. I don't think so. Because name one person, and I have a few favorites in that company. Name one person that's a bigger draw than CM Punk, but also tell me 3 people outside of the state of Illinois that give a fuck about CM Punk. But what I think happened is Tony Khan just gave AEW the proverbial shovel, and I give them inside of 4 years before they're done, and they're nothing but like an Impact at this point.
Hey, now I like Impact.
No, and I don't mean that rudely, but you have a guy like Hulk Hogan come in and ruin TNA.
What are you talking about, dude?
Right? Now you have CM Punk, who is the modern day Hulk Hogan, minus the racism, come in and ruin AEW. You can't. You okay? When a wrestler makes it big, when a wrestler makes it about themselves over arguably the biggest event of their lives at that point for AEW, that takes away from what they're doing as a company. CM Punk is an absolute cancer, and he deserves to be canned. Or excuse me, not CM Punk. He's a draw. Phil Brooks is an absolute cancer, and he deserves nothing. But on the second hand, there's now talks of WWE bringing him in, which is fucking retarded. But whoops, can't say that word. Will, go ahead.
Wow. Matt, I'm so sorry. This is when you chose to show up. God, what a time for you to show up on air. Please don't put me on the big screen. I'll get nervous looking at myself. Thank you, Scouts. Okay, I'm going to do this story in 3 parts because when you talk about CM Punk, you have to look at it from 3 different perspectives, okay? You've got the person that is CM Punk. That we fed the dirt sheets BS. I don't disagree with that 100%. This is my perspective as a wrestling fan and someone who fancies themselves a member of the wrestling media, I guess. I don't think there's real journalists in pro wrestling. You have Carney Phil, okay? Go back to the 1920s. Wrestling started as a carnival act. The guys were fighting each other every night, and they had to figure out a way to be able to do it night after night without hurting each other. So it became a work. So they could figure out how to do it safely. Okay. They had to do it, and then they would leave town because if they stayed in town for more than a night or two, the marks would figure out their show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll get into where the mark came from. That's a totally different story, not for here. The whole point about it is fast forward to 2023, Carney Phil's doing the same thing. When you look at what he does, he comes in, he plays a draw. He gets everybody to come in, he gets money, he gets merch. And then we get ready to go historically into the lowest selling season of wrestling historically every year is the run from SummerSlam to Survivor Series all the way back into the 70s and 80s. This is historically one of the slowest times of the year because college football and pro football and basketball and all the other sports are rolling up. So I think it's convenient. This is where I give Carney Phil big credit because he always finds a way to leave the business at the slowest point of its history. This is always the slowest point. So I applaud Carney Phil for doing that. He kind of comes in, he sells his snake oils, and then he bounces. Then you've got Phil Brooks, the man. Phil Brooks, the man, has proven to be toxic everywhere he's worked. Going back to Ring of Honor with the Summer of Punk. Going in the fact he signed his WWE contract on the Ring of Honor title on Ring of Honor television. Like, that was kind of a let's keep kayfabe alive. It had to have been a work, but at the same time, like, did he need the disrespect of the strap? Then he did it in WWE. Then he did it in UFC. He did it in AEW. He's done it in that 3rd tier Bellator place where he was doing commentary work, not Bellator, but that Bellator ripoff. Then you look at all of this tragic history of all of the people that he's been over the last 10 or 12 years. CM Punk has finally evolved into his final form, and now he is CM filling out job applications because he can't keep stable employment anywhere.
That was a fire synopsis.
I wrote a poem a la Sweaty Sessions from Gitcho, but I read the room and didn't feel like it was the time or a place.
So if I could just pause conversation for a sec, I want to apologize for derogatory term use. That's on me. My bad.
You're good.
It's not what I wanted to say, and it just didn't articulate it properly. So I apologize to the viewers and listeners.
We understood what you were trying to get at. Will was fired.
Are you going to cover for me on Sunday then, Matt? Because once I go, you've got to take that spot.
That's true. So, any other thoughts on AEW? Kind of what would the future hold for Collision? Do we think it'll be all out like
I think
ROH
Collision
show.
is losing its hype, to be fair.
I mean, I love the show. I love the format of it, but without the guy that it's really centered around, then what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We had the Young Bucks running victory laps in the ring afterwards. It's that type of thing. It's a more joyous thing. You have FTR and the Young Bucks working together. They're doing business. They even hit a big rig. One of the Bucks and one of FTR. I thought that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie to you. It's 2023. Weirder things have happened. Pal.
I'll propose the question to you guys.
Okay.
Let's say CM Punk. We'll go 2 different questions here. One, let's say Tony and CM Punk just fed into every bit of bullshit the IWC put out there, and this is all a work. 2, this is a way to get CM Punk back to WWE with maximum heat. Which one do you think is more plausible?
Neither.
Probably number one, dude, because when you work yourself into a shoot, you gotta shooting yourself, brother. I'm with Cam. I don't think either one would go over well. I mean, they've already done so many work shoots. I think in AEW that something like that, it wouldn't go over well. That's true, Al. It's like I just got so many great.
I don't
people
know
on
if
that
you guys
roster.
heard though. I mean, we had reliable sources from off the top on Sunday night that John Moxley was throwing an absolute fit backstage because Darby bled first.
Pop.
But I don't know. That I think that's what might happen. I think Punk goes back to WWE with maximum heat. The reverse of Cody.
I just don't think they would.
Triple H has said he'd work with him. It's up to Nick Khan to make that final call.
Yeah, but that's one person. There's a whole locker room full of people that don't want him back.
Mm-hmm. I do want to echo what Matt's talking about in the chat right now with Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson running victory laps around the ring and everything. That is unprofessional as fuck. I will 1000% say that anywhere I've ever worked, if executive vice presidents of my company were to have acted like that, the people above them would have been fired for it.
Listen, we all know I love the Bucks, but even I can't side with that. I thought it was funny until I found out the reasoning. You know what I mean?
The BTE stuff and everything like that. I understand making jabs like on their stuff, but to do it on AEW television is unprofessional.
It's expected on the BTE stuff. You know that's coming. But to, like Will said, to do it on the programming or even in the arena after taping, not cool. And even that coming from a Bucks fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Ritter. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, that was the state of AEW. Anything else before we go that you want to chat about?
I think I've said what I needed to say.
Alrighty. With that being said, you could find the Patreon. Come hang out with us. Got a lot of good stuff coming to it. It is www.patreon.com/Ribbon City Radio. Check out the merch shop. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but it's right there on the bottom ticker. And then also shouts out to everyone on the schedule. The next one coming up. Shadow, are you doing your show?
This Wednesday I will be returning with, sorry for the interruption, a lot of shit to talk about and probably shit on a few things at the same time. Maybe take a live shit. I don't know. Fucking tune in.
Well, tune in. And then the next show that we do have coming up though is tomorrow night with NXT on Tap with Scalzone. That being said, boys, where can we find you fellas at? Start with Will.
Jamey, first and foremost, thank you for allowing me to invade your space on paying dues. If you're interested in any of my shenanigans elsewhere, you can check my link tree at the Will Gray. You'll find everything I get into: botch pots and chair shots, Rivet Seat Radio, Creation World, and all of my dirt sheet writing for Last Word on Sports, Pro Wrestling Stories, and the Sportster.
KMG.
You can find me on Cam's Wrestling Corner on TikTok and at Call Me CamG. And you can find me here every Wednesday night with The Boom. Of course, not this Wednesday. I will be live at AEW, but every other Wednesday other than that with The Boom, and on Friday nights with Friday Night Review. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon, Eggs, and Cam.
And for my brother out north in Canada.
Listen, if you don't know where to find me by now, you probably could just get fucked. But you can find me on TikTok at that guy Shadow.91, or you can find me doing some random shit here across the network. And if you can't find me either there, I'm probably in your kitchen eating your snacks after banging your mom.
All righty. For Jamey, Will, the podcast marathon man, Zodiac Cam, and the bearded bastard Shadow, I'm Jamey. Of course, I said that before. This is the return of paying dues. Woo! Let's go. Kill it.